We outside New York City. Welcome to PS 179 on this beautiful summer day. My name is Jeff Roth. I'm the Deputy Mayor for Operations. Public space is not just a nice to have, it's a must have. In a city like New York, where people make real sacrifices of space to raise their families, it is the secret sauce to a happy and healthy life here. We were reminded of that as a city during COVID, but parents especially need no reminder. And it's frustrating to see a beautiful playground locked behind a padlock on a weekend or in the summer, especially when there's no other green space within walking distance. Our mayor's best budget ever is helping solve that problem, one padlock at a time. Ladies and gentlemen, the mayor.
Thank you. Thanks so much, DM. And it is definitely a warm day, but a beautiful day to be outside and enjoy all that our schools have to offer. I was just looking something up, looking at the chakras on the back of the shirt. We're going to invite you up when I finish so you can talk about those chakras. A lot of people don't realize those different areas of where we receive our thoughts, our energy in a real way. We're excited about this announcement today because for our children to enjoy the summer experience and families to have a great place to raise children and families, we have to use every available space that's possible as we develop their full personhood. I say over and over again, it's more than having our children be academically smart, but they must be emotionally intelligent and grounded and well-rooted. And some of the people who stand behind me today, some of our community residents on both sides, on the left and right side of me, they play an active role in developing our neighborhoods, our partnerships, and the environment we need. And great schools, great people, and the whole city creates great community and a place for great children to have a pathway to success. Today, we're going to make it even better by making it easier for kids to play close to home in their own communities as part of our best budget ever. As the Deputy Mayor stated, we have opened 11 new sites in schoolyards to playgrounds program, increasing the total number that we have opened to 313 locations. And schools are an incredible playground space, and it's a place where families and children are familiar with and know how to get to, because they get there every day during the school days. And it's a familiar environment, especially in neighborhoods without a lot of public green spaces. And when you do an analysis and look over many of our communities and neighborhoods did not have access to clean, open spaces, open playgrounds, open park areas, and we wanted to change that, and we're doing that every day. We want to make sure New Yorkers know that they're in the greatest city to raise a family. And that means making sure our children can get outside and enjoy free play in summer days. We don't want our children sitting back playing video games every day. Playing together is part of the socialization that children need as they continue to grow into active adults. And these parks can't only be in Fort Greene Park. They cannot only be in Central Park. They must be spread throughout our entire city. So with this announcement, we're delivering on another one of our State of the City announcements. We are putting 20,000 more New Yorkers within 10-minute walk of a green space. In the world of screens and devices, we need our parks. We need our children outdoors, interacting with other young people and in a safe environment, and this is our way of doing so. We have to keep our city a place where everyone can raise a family, generation after generation, and this announcement is another way we're supporting families across the 5 boroughs. I want to just really want to thank our park commissioner and her team and the level of creativity. And I'm not quite clear on why, Marty, you are on the sideline. Come over here. You are Mr. Parks, man. Come and join this, you know. Talk about a great New Yorker, you know. How many years?
41 this August.
41 years and counting. in Brooklyn, broke us all in, from Marty Markowitz to Eric Adams. You're around through seven mayors.
But the best one right here.
Just a great New Yorker. We have to do something to honor some of our long-term, 40-plus years city employees. No matter who's in office, you continue to do the job. I've never met a city employee that loved their job as much as you do. Thank you for what you do.
The best boss in the world.
Now I know why you're around for so long. So before I turn it over to our amazing commissioner, just want to also let New Yorkers know we're in a flood watch. It's in effect citywide until midnight tonight. We're experiencing periods of heavy rain this afternoon and evening that could lead to dangerous flash flooding. So our emergency teams have activated the city's flash flood emergency plan and are fully mobilized across agencies to protect New Yorkers. So if you live in a basement apartment, take it seriously. These spaces can fill with water in minutes. If you are in a flood-prone area, especially below ground, make a plan now. Know where you will go. Be ready to move quickly. Do not wait until it's too late. And stay informed and stay safe. And sign up for Notify NYC by texting 692-692 or visiting nyc.gov/notify. Turn it over to our commissioner, Parks Commissioner.
Thank you, Mayor Adams. Thank you so very much. And I just wanted to add my appreciation. This administration under Mayor Adams and Deputy Mayor Roth, to say the appreciation of the open spaces that we have here in New York City. We really thank you for the support and the continued advocacy for our open spaces. So our open spaces, of course, are critical, livable in this city. They provide places for the New Yorkers to relax, for the kids to play, and for neighbors to connect. Free, accessible public spaces like parks and playgrounds make our city safer and more beautiful and more livable for our New York City residents. Although we at Parks are not directly involved in managing this particular space here, we are so grateful to our amazing partners at the Department of Education who continue to care for these playgrounds and open spaces. And thank you, Mayor Adams and Deputy Mayor Roth, again, for investing so very much in what is our green spaces and what is our New York City. And of course, my Borough Commissioner, Marty Marr, as you said, Mayor Adams, he is the quintessential public servant here in New York City and in Parks. Thank you all so very much.
And none of this can be done without the support of our community and parents, and I want to bring up Irina Rosetta to share her experience.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Irina Rosetto. I am a mother of two, an educator, and owner of a daycare center here in Brooklyn, and a board member of the Be Proud organization. Honestly, when I heard about Schoolyards to Playgrounds initiative, I smiled, because this is exactly what our communities need. As a parent and someone who works with children every day, I see firsthand how much it means for kids to have a safe space to play, run, and just to be free. And when I say free, I mean the kind of joyful, unstructured play that kids need, the kind that lets them imagine, climb, laugh, fall, and get back up again. That kind of play builds more than motor skills. It builds confidence within them. This program is giving families, especially in neighborhoods that have been overlooked, more than just a place to play. It gives them a peace of mind. I can't tell you how many parents I talk to who worry about where their child can safely go after school or on a Sunday afternoon. For many, especially single parents or those working long hours, this is not a small thing, it's everything. It's helping our kids stay active and healthy, something that's more important now than ever, especially after the isolation and screen time that came with the pandemic years. Children need to be outside. They need sunlight, fresh air, space to move, and more importantly, they need real connection. It's bringing neighborhoods together. When schoolyards open up to the public, they don't just serve the students, they become community hubs. They become places where moms meet other moms, where kids of all ages play together, and where you hear laughter echoing down the block. And it's reminding that every child, no matter their zip code, deserves access to green space, joy, and community. Playgrounds shouldn't be a luxury. They should be a basic part of growing up. For busy working parents like me, having more after-school and weekend playgrounds option is a lifesaver. And for kids who live in apartment buildings or don't have a backyard, these playgrounds may be the only outdoor space that they get. Our children need more time outdoors to move, explore, and just be kids, away from screens and closer to nature, even in the heart of the city. This isn't a policy, this is personal. And I'm so grateful to see this kind of change happening to our city. It shows that our leaders are listening and that they care about families like mine and yours. Thank you.
Great, great. I'm able to, on top.
Hi, Mr. Mayor.
What's going on, Kelly?
I'm good. I wanted to know how the parks were chosen, the 11 additional parks, and what's the hours for them?
So these were selected in conjunction with, of course, the Department of Education, New York City Parks, who is a professional that understands, what the elements need to be in a playground. So we work closely to see what locations we need to be able that have voids. We want to make sure that all the neighborhoods, that there's at least a 10-minute walk to a nearby playground. The hours, we leave the hours basically up to the Department of Education, but they are the ones that are responsible for these particular locations.
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
How are you?
How are you?
Good.
Good. So what is the status of this schoolyard? Is this currently open, or will this be one of the 11? And when does it start?
Currently open. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Mayor, good morning.
Don't excuse everyone. Okay. Thank you. Come on up here with you. I just want everybody to see the back. Turn. See those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chakras. A lot of people don't know what that is. Why don't you tell them what that is, okay?
Okay.
You can stand by the mic. So you never know when you're going to have to come out.
English is my second language. I'm Russian.
Okay.
My name is Maria.
You're Russian.
Yeah.
Your English is better than my Russian,
Yeah.
so don't worry about it.
Okay. I love this city. I love New York. I enjoy and relax this city. It's
Yes.
okay?
And so the organization, tell me about your...
Alita. Yeah.
Come on.
Our president.
Okay.
Yeah.
How you doing, Madam President?
How are you?
I get along with all presidents, you know that?
You're between two presidents, so make a wish. So I want to say a couple of words.
Yeah.
First, thank you very much for opportunity what you give to us. And if I call all kids, we are 10 years already, Club Elita is here, and if I call all kids who entertain, who shows they're talented, all this place will be full out. It's thousands.
Yes.
So, and it's thanks to you. And one thing, it's appreciation. And we do yoga for adults, and that's why already
These 7 chakras.
these chakras, it's all what my ladies in my club every morning, every day, they open the chakras and we do these exercises. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
That we have place to do it because we do it outside.
You do it here?
Yeah, we
Okay.
do it in parks. We do it outside.
I'm going to come join you
And-
one day. I
Please.
meditate every morning.
Yes.
Yes. I open my chakras every morning. You know.
So, and this is one second.
Wow.
Oh, you got a lot going on.
Surprise.
Mr. Mayor, just wanted to thank you for NY Mayor's Initiative and NY Music Month. I attended almost every day. It was amazing. You unite every world because there were people from France, there were people from different countries of different countries, different worlds. So it was amazing.
Thank you.
And you know, Club Elita is sure that you will be a winner. This is for you from Club Elita.
I like being winners, you know. So I'm going to free all of you up. Thank you so much. And I'm going to come and meditate with you. Thank you, community groups and organization. Yeah, come on, answer. We're going to excuse everyone, so they don't have to, y'all going to have to open your chakras to deal with these questions, you know? And Jay.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Woo, yes.
You know, there's a proposal out there, and I know you're familiar with it, that whoever it is who's polling the highest ahead of the election in November, maybe September, early October, should be the one who goes on to face Mamdani in the general election. Governor Cuomo now endorses the proposal. He told me a week ago that that was a non-starter for you. You've had a few days to think about it. Has your opinion changed?
Okay, first, you have to really know Cuomo. I keep telling everyone I have a master's in public administration, but a PhD in Andrew. This proposal that was put out, it was Andrew's proposal. He uses people to put things out that he really would like to come later and say, okay, I endorse what an independent person is doing. He did this in Albany. He would create these panels and consulting groups and have them put proposals that he always wanted them to put out. This is a typical Andrew show. I know this guy better than anyone. I've studied him for years. And so to think that some independent group came up with this idea, no, it was his idea. He first planted these ideas into the universe and everyone says it. Then he comes and act like, oh, that's a good idea and I endorses it. Andrew is a double-digit loser in the primary. He lost by 13 points. He had his opportunity. He spent $25 million to get his message out. New Yorkers heard it. He did not sell it. He didn't get out and campaign. I said it over and over again. You guys all heard me say he was coming out only on weekends. He was not speaking to voters. And now he's saying that we should trust him. Let me tell you what else he did. While he was while he was contemplating running for office, he would go around to black and brown leaders and say, I will never run against Eric Adams. I'm only running if Eric is not going to be in the race. I'm not going to run against them. Did he keep his word? No, he did not. You can't trust the guy. The guy would say and do anything to get elected. New York City is not a consolation prize merely because he made the determination to step down as governor, and then immediately after the primary, he surrendered again. The resiliency and the grit of a New Yorker to run this complex city, you can't give up during difficult times. When he stepped down, I stepped up. No matter what I went through personally, and no matter what the city went through, I stayed here. I was committed to serve out my time as mayor and deliver for the city. Hard times makes strong people. And I have known hard times. And that's why I'm able to endure all of these crises that this city had to face. And look at where we are now. Crime is down, jobs are up, the city is thriving, our children's voices will be heard on playgrounds, people are going to have 10 minutes walks to parks. We're at 83% rate for that now. This city is moving in the right direction. And Andrew should, for once in his life, do what's best for the city and not what's best for him.
If you're so confident, sir, then why not just go with the proposal?
No, and that's a great question. He's saying that utilize polling to determine who should run against the Democratic primary winner. Remember, polls showed him up 40 points. 40 points. The day before the primary, his spokesperson put out the results of a poll that said he was up 10 points. He lost by 13 points. So if we're going to use these methods of making this determination that they have already proven inaccurate, why are we going to put the risk of New Yorkers by someone who has not kept his word, he has a consistent record of not keeping his word? Why are we going to trust him now? He also stated after the election that let's wait and see what the ranked choice numbers are going to be. That's what he said. The ranked choice numbers came out. Now he has another idea. So he will keep moving the goalposts as much as possible. This is just who he is. He can't help himself. Don't get angry at him. He just can't help himself. Trust me. I served with him in Albany. I watched what he did when he stepped down. He just can't help himself, and you can't trust him at his word. We'll do two more. Where have you been? I haven't seen you in God knows how long.
I was on Diddy 7 weeks, so that's done. So I'm back. Thank you. So are you saying, though, that Cuomo co-opted Walden? Because I think Walden initially rolled this out. So you're saying that he, twisted his arm? Like, what happened there?
Here, I'm going to give you a prediction. Watch Walden in the next couple of weeks, and you're going to see how this whole plan, this was all Cuomo's concoction. Trust me when I tell you. He said, you go out first, you raise it so it can seem independent, and then I'll come later and say, oh, I support that. This is a good idea. That's just how he does. Go do research on what he has done and all of the task force and panels that he has created over time. This is a typical Andrew Cuomo playbook. You send someone out, make the announcement independently, and then you come later and seem like you're the fairest person. If you're the fairest person, think about what he did. He knew that I already made it clear I was not going to be in the Democratic primary. I was going to be in the independent line. He knew that Madani was going to be on the Working's family line. So why did he all of a sudden say, now I'm going to join the independent petition? He knew the scenario. His desire was I'm going to force Eric out of the race. I'm the city mayor. And you would say to yourself, well, why would he do that? Look at his record. He did the same thing to Carl McCall. When Carl McCall wanted to be the first black governor, he got into the race on the liberal line, and Carl McCall lost. He did the same thing to Charlie King. Charlie King raised $5 million to become the first African-American AG. He got in the race and forced Charlie King out. He did the same thing to Governor Patterson. He worked behind the scene and sabotaged Governor Patterson's re-election campaign, and Governor Patterson left. He did the same thing to Keith Wright when he wanted to be the first African-American to be the speaker. He sabotaged his race. Andrew has a thing for African-American leaders, and he believes that he could just come in and bully them out. I keep telling people, I'm from Brownsville. Never run, never will. I'm going to win this race.
Mayor, you say you called on me, right? Okay. Didn't want to disrespect. Props for keeping the suit on,
Oh,
sir.
good.
See, I'm not doing it.
I am burning up. I want one of those Shockers T-shirts.
So you say you're not backing off. Sliwa says he's not backing off. Cuomo, for now, seems to be doing some different things. Are you just, at the end of the day, worried you guys are just going to cancel each other out and Mr. Mamdani's going to win?
He should do the right thing for New York. It's not about him. He has lived a life where he felt it was always about him. It's not about him. It was not about him when he stepped down while being governor instead of standing up and facing the truth. It was not about him when he succumbed to passing bail reform that made our streets more dangerous, passing cannabis laws that opened illegal cannabis shops throughout the city that I had to fix. It wasn't about him when 15,000 family members and loved ones died in nursing homes because he didn't do the right thing. It wasn't about him when he removed the Advantage programs, which was housing subsidies, and we saw homelessness spikes up. It wasn't about him when he closed psychiatric beds. And now we see people on our street with severe psychiatric issues because the beds were closed. I can go through the list. This is a very important moment for New Yorkers. This has been a person in government who always thought it was about him and not about the people he was serving. He cannot do what he has done in the past. He has come up against a resilient, committed mayor that loves this city. And I'm going to get my message out. My message has not been properly reported, how I turned around this city, and I'm going to have an opportunity to do what he did for $25 million. I'm going to have an opportunity to campaign. I'm going to speak to New Yorkers, and people are going to see what I did about maternal morbidity and black and brown parents, what I did about public safety. Last 6 months has been the lowest number of shooters and homicides in the history of this city. We broke records on jobs. What we've done with NYCHA and foster care children and dyslexia screening and just really improving the quality of life of the city. I'm going to get out now and I can finally campaign and tell people direct-to-consumer communication, this is what your mayor has done. in spite of what I had to go through, because all New Yorkers are going through something. You know, everyone is going through something. And I'm going to show when people talk about affordability, I put $30 billion back into the pockets of New Yorkers, paying off medical debt, paying for the college tuition for foster care children, lowering the cost of child care, reducing no taxes for low-income New Yorkers, no income taxes for low-income New Yorkers. I'm not talking about affordability. I'm using my role as mayor to deliver for working class people. And people don't even know that. I got to now communicate that. They heard Cuomo's message. They heard it. He spent $25 million. He did weekend campaigning. He lost by double digits, 13 points. He lost by 13 points. The same polls that said he was up by 10 points. And we're now going to trust that same system to allow him to run. Nah, that doesn't make any sense. Come on. New Yorkers are not that dumb. I keep telling people, New Yorkers have 5 fingers. They love the middle one the most.
Mr. Mayor, this is not, Mr. Mayor.
Independent run change how
Listen, I got to bounce.